Yo, welcome to the channel for my Premier League predictions. Game week 23. Game week 22 was an exciting midweek, and going to this weekend, game week 23, I'm looking out for spot on predictions. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel, put on the notification bell. Anytime I release a video, you may be one of the first people to get notified. If you ever dream of owning your own house in Kumasi, then I'm here to give you some good news. Platinum Properties. We are here to help you own your own house, make you a landlord. You can contact this number on the screen, 055-0971-576. Contact this number or follow us on Instagram at Platinum Properties, and you're going to be your own landlord. Oh yes, to begin the game week 23 game, the first game is between Everton versus Tottenham Hotspur. This match is coming on at the Goodison Park. We know in game week 22, Tottenham Hotspur were able to get a 3-2 victory over Brentford. In that game, it was a mind-blowing game. Despite Brentford did their possible best to at least earn a point, but the game ended in a 3-2 in favor of Tottenham. Going to this game in game week 23, Everton versus Tottenham, this game too is a mind-blowing game. I'm predicting 3 goals. I'm predicting Tottenham Hotspur 2, Everton 1. So moving on to the next game is between Brighton versus Crystal Palace. In game week 22, Luton Town won against Brighton by 4-0, which was unpredictable. That's why I predicted a win or draw for Brighton in that game, and they lost that game. So going to this game in game week 23, I'm looking out for Brighton to come back from that loss against Luton Town. I'm predicting Brighton 3, Crystal Palace 1. Moving on to the next game is between Burnley versus Fulham. In game week 22, Burnley lost to Manchester City by 3-1. And going to this game in game week 23 against Fulham, which is a mid-table team, I'm still tipping Fulham to get a win over Burnley, but this game will be a tough game. I'm predicting a 2-1 victory for Fulham. Fulham 2, Burnley 1. Well, moving on to the next game is between Newcastle United versus Luton Town. In game week 23, Luton Town got a win over Brighton, and Newcastle also got a victory over Aston Villa, which was unpredictable. They still managed to get all the 3 points. So going back to St. James Park, I'm still tipping Newcastle to get victory over Luton Town. That's why in their first leg, Luton Town were able to beat Newcastle United. So going to this game, I'm predicting a 3-1 victory for Newcastle. Newcastle 3, Luton Town 1. Moving on to the next game is between Sheffield United versus Aston Villa. In game week 22, Aston Villa lost to Newcastle, and going to this game, I'm hoping that they bounce back to get a victory over Sheffield United. I know this seems to be a tough game, but I'm predicting a straight win for Aston Villa. I'm predicting Aston Villa 2, Sheffield United 0. Moving on to the next game is between Bournemouth versus Nottingham Forest. We know Bournemouth are on good form, and they are trying their possible best to claim some good points. We know going to this game is like a banana skin for them. They can win, they can draw, they can lose. So going to this game, I'm predicting a draw here. I'm predicting Bournemouth 2, Nottingham Forest 2. Moving on to the next game is between Chelsea versus Wolves. Going into this game at the bridge, we all know in game week 22, Chelsea was beaten by Liverpool by 4-1, and despite Wolves are yet to play their game against Man United, so I can't say much about them. But going to this game in game week 23 will be another tough game, which is also Sunday. So I'm predicting a win for Chelsea, but I'm predicting a 2-1 win for Chelsea. Chelsea 2, Wolves 1. Moving on to the next game is between Manchester United versus West Ham United. I know Kudus Mohammed is back at West Ham and he's fit and training, so I'm expecting Kudus to get a start in this game. Going to this game, I'm predicting a straight win for Manchester United. Despite it will be a tough game, I'm predicting more goals in this game. I'm predicting a 3-2 win for Man United. Man United 3, West Ham United 2. Then moving on to the game of the week in game week 23 is between Arsenal versus Liverpool. This match is coming on at the Emirates Stadium, and I'm expecting Arsenal to at least claim a point from this game, despite Mohamed Salah is not back at Liverpool. Going to this game, I'm expecting Arsenal to at least claim a point or even win all the 3 points. I'm predicting a 2-2 draw. Arsenal to Liverpool 2. So moving on to the last game in game week 23 is between Manchester City versus Brentford. We all know Erling Haaland is back, Kevin De Bruyne is back, so this Man City team is set. And going to this game against Brentford, which also Ivan Toney is fighting hard to claim points for them. I mean, we know Ivan Toney what he's good at, and going to this game will be a tough game for Man City. Despite at the Etihad they'll still claim a point, or they will even get all the 3 points. I'm predicting a 3-1 victory for Man City. City 3, Brentford 1. These are my predictions for Premier League game week 23. If you're new and subscribe to the channel, like this video. My like target for this video is 100 likes. Like this video, comment your predictions at the comment section. Till we meet in another video. Bye bye for now.